Damn, baby, you look so fun. Hey, bro, what you doing? That's your girl, bro? Hold on, I just want to talk to her. You tripping, bro? That's your girl. Hey, bro, relax, bro. That's your girl, bro. Relax, bro. I just want to talk to her, bro. Look, it's a joke, bro. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. I'm not serious.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Your Tree Dynamite Morning Address. Let's get into it. So on today's menu, we're going to talk about the idea of a prank can leave you stank. Oh, absolutely. Now this on some grown man stuff. Listen, I remember back in the day when I was a kid, before video games and the advent of social media, we would all go outside and probably play something like Tag You're It. And when we played Tag You're It, there would be something that would be an item, an object, a car, a tree, something that everybody would have to run to and hold on to that, and that was your safe spot. That was called base. And whenever you didn't want to be, tagged, you run to the car, you touch it and say base. That means that if they try to do something to you or make you it, hey, you're safe. Let me tell you something. I'm starting to see this as a trend right now when people go out and start meddling with people's peace. The new base is telling people, it's a prank, it's a prank. Yeah, well, it could leave you stank. See, once you grow up and once you become grown, you're going to realize that you have little patience for foolishness. When you get bills, when you got children and mouths to feed, and when you got a boss that's getting on your nerves, when you're just trying to build and put everything together. One thing you don't want is to be messed with, especially by a stranger. Because out here in this world, you don't know who is an ally and who is a foe. You don't know who means you well or who means ill by you. So to have somebody running up to you talking crazy, listen, this is, first of all, this is somebody who don't really love their life. Because some people don't ask questions. They retaliate or they do something to you first and then ask questions later. I'm seeing people meddling with people's old ladies. They on a elevator and they reaching over and touching this man's old lady's hand. Violating all for the sake of content. Who are these people? Like my man TK Kirkley said, who raised these cats? But let me tell you something. That running around saying it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank, that ain't gonna always work, young player. Because eventually, somebody gonna plank your ass. What? No, I ain't say prank. I say plank. It means leave you stiff. So you really got to think about it. Whenever you do something like that, whenever you approach or encroach upon somebody else's space, you got to ask yourself, is what I'm about to do worth dying for? Because that's the ultimate thing that can happen when misunderstandings occur. Man, I remember when I was a kid working at a grocery store and they sent me out there to go get the baskets. And I saw just how paranoid white people were around young black men. I was getting baskets and I remember, man, this white man turned around like, oh, all scared and stuff. I'm like, man, if he would have had a gun and it would have been a dark alley, he probably would have shot. Because whatever movie is playing in his head, I don't have anything to do with it, but I have to be cognizant that there are people around me that have a movie playing in their head. So as a young man existing in this world of apprehensive white people, I had to kind of keep my distance, almost walk hard and let my footsteps be known so that his movie doesn't start playing. Oh my goodness, it's one of those Negroes. He's out here to rob me. Because we already know about the fear-mongering media, let alone being somebody who makes content intentionally messing with people. You see? I remember being a young black man going up into a store. There was a different existence that I had versus everybody else, versus a young white person my age. I damn near had to walk in there with my hands up because they were already worrying, was I about to steal?
Hurry up and buy!
Bruh. So it's like, don't put your hands in your pocket. Walk with your hands swinging. Oh, you don't want to draw attention your way. But now I'm starting to see a lot of people that's really making a bad rep for people that's just trying to live. Because we already know that we live in a society that looks at any negative representation as a representation of the whole. You see? And everybody wants attention. Everybody's out here trying to make a name for themselves. But then there's some people that just want to live and let live. I understand that there's a generational disconnect, but let me tell you something, youngster. If you hear an old man or old woman say, go ahead on with it now. Go ahead on, youngster. Don't make them say that more than once. Let me tell you, because it's going to be a problem. But I see that a lot of people, there's a generational disconnect and a lot of amalgamation of cultures that kind of change some of the norms and the things that were already known that went without saying in the black community. But for a lot of people that were not raised in Generation X and probably the new generation, let me remind you of something that your parents know. In the words of Little John, don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff.
Bro, it's just a prank.